Hey Fighting Knights fans, this is Whitney Sharp and welcome to this week's edition of the Nightly Review. There has been a lot of action since our last show with impressive wins by both men's golf and men's soccer. But we are going to start with men's basketball, who traveled to Tallahassee, Florida to take on Florida State in the squad's exhibition opener. Senior Denzel Richardson led all scorers with 19 points as the Fighting Knights saw 3 players reach double figures. The Seminoles proved too tough, however, as they took down the blue and white, 114-68. The Fighting Knights open their season on Saturday, November 14th when they host Ave Maria at 7:30 p.m. We turn now to volleyball, who had a busy week with 4 matches in a 7-day span. Lynn matched up against 2 nationally ranked opponents in half of the matches, coming away with a 1-3 record. On the road at 14th ranked Palm Beach Atlantic, Lynn won the first set 25-23, but dropped the next 3 in a defensive battle against the Sailfish that featured a combined 167 digs. 4 Lynn defenders posted double-digit digs, led by Katie Knight's season-high 23. Over the weekend, the Blue and White hosted Florida Tech in 17th-ranked Florida Southern. Lynn was in complete control on Friday night in a 3-0 sweep over the Panthers, but came up short on Saturday in a 3-set loss to the Moccasins. Christina Lawrence recorded a double-double against Tech, and Lydia West tallied 10 kills versus Southern. Then the Fighting Knights traveled south to Miami Shores on Tuesday night, falling to the Buccaneers in 3 sets. Cleo Porto led the team with 10 kills. The Blue and White remain on the road this weekend, heading north to Rollins on Friday, November 6th, then on to Embry-Riddle on Saturday. The women's soccer season came to an end last Wednesday with the tough 1-0 loss at Rollins. This was the 8th game of the year, decided by 1 goal or less for the Blue and White, who have gone 1-5-2 in those matches. Lynn ends the year 3-12-2 overall and 2-6 in the Sunshine State Conference, while Donish Cole led the squad with 15 points, the most since 2012. On to the links, where our women's golf team ended their fall season by taking part in the Flagler Fall Slam. Individually, Jenny Ujala posted a career-best 36-hole score of 144 of her top 10 finish of the season and 5th of her career. Moving on to the men's squad, Lynn had a record-setting final round to win the McDonough Cup for the 2nd consecutive year and 3rd time in the last 4 years. The victory proved even more special because the team broke a program and tournament record for the lowest 54-hole score with an 836 total. Mateo Gomez claimed his 2nd tournament victory of the year, tying him for 2nd place in Lynn history for career wins with 3. Additionally, Elliot Whitley and Manny Torres each tied for 3rd and gave the Blue and White 3 players with totals of 207 or better at the same tournament for the first time in school history. Next up, we have the swimming team, which lost 128-77 in a dual meet at Nova Southeastern. Despite the loss, several individuals had promising performances for the Fighting Knights. 2-time NCAA Division II individual national champion Rebecca Matthews made her season debut and did not disappoint, winning both of her events, the 400 individual medley and the 200 breaststroke. Lynn's freshmen also put on a clinic with Catalina Baragalia winning the 1,000 and 500 freestyle events and Megan Carlson claiming 1st in the 200 butterfly. Up next is our men's soccer team, facing an advance or go-home scenario last week against the University of Tampa. The Fighting Knights rose up from a 1-0 deficit to score 2 late second-half goals, capped off by a Chris Hellman game winner in the 81st minute to top the Spartans and qualify for their 5th consecutive SSC championship. The SSC Championship quarterfinals pitted a rematch of Lynn vs. Eckerd, in which the Fighting Knights defeated the Tritons in double OT earlier this season. Scoring 2 goals within the first 10 minutes of play set the tone for a 5-1 victory over Eckerd. Lynn now advances to play St. Leo on Friday, November 6th at 7 p.m. in another early season rematch, one in which the Lions won 3-1 over the Fighting Knights. Fans will be able to watch the action live at lynnfightingknights.com. That will do it for this week's edition of the Nightly Review. As always, for more information on Lynn Athletics, log on to www.lynnfightingknights.com and be sure to stay social with Lynn Athletics by following Lynn_Knights on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching and keep Lynning, Fighting Knights fans.